The thing that stood out to me most that I learned at camp about the Holy Spirit, and it was new, is grieving. The element of grieving the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit's conviction in your heart. When you see something bad, you feel in your heart that's bad, that's not you, that's God grieving, and Jesus doesn't like it. We grieve Jesus all the time, but we really don't know it. And that's what stood out to me the most.
The element I felt most that hit me was, talking to God. And it was like what one of our speakers said. When you have a cup, you can get filled with water and overflow. But when you have a paper inside the cup, you only get the outside way, not the inside. And that's how it felt with me. And this time around, I got the inside felt. I had the inside filled with the Holy Spirit and also the outside touch. Thank you.
The Holy Spirit showed me that it's important that we need to sacrifice some things that we enjoy that aren't pleasing to the Holy Spirit in order to where we can get closer to God.
I feel like the Holy Spirit this past week at Camp Victory in Oklahoma, I feel like he told me that I'm he is all I need, and that he's forgiving no matter what you've done in the past, he'll forgive you.
Okay, this week, or the week that I spent at church camp, I thought it was an amazing time. I had a lot of fun. But one thing that I learned more about the Holy Spirit than I knew. I learned that when he speaks to you, it's not a big booming voice. It's something that you hear on the inside of you. And I felt like one thing that he was telling me was that don't listen to what people are telling you who to be. Listen to yourself and what you want to be. Yeah.
Okay, at church camp this year, the theme was the element of the Holy Spirit. And what I learned is that God speaks to us through the Holy Spirit. That he has a still small voice, and you gotta listen really hard to hear it. And the Holy Spirit, you have to have him in your heart to stay connected and keep that connection going. And that the Holy Spirit will point you in the right direction of Jesus and everything and truth. And that he's not gonna force you to go down it though. You gotta make your own choices, and if you happen to go down the wrong path and stumble and mess up, he won't condemn you and criticize you. He'll just convict you, which is he'll show you the sin that you did, and then he'll just brush you off and help you up, and then show you the right path again, and this time you'll learn from your mistakes and keep going.
The more you listen to the Holy Spirit, the more you get near the Holy Spirit. You don't really hear them by the ears, but you really hear them by the heart. So if you receive God, you receive the Holy Spirit. Thank you.
This week I learned that the Holy Spirit talks inside of you and tells you what's wrong and right.
At camp this year, I felt the Holy Spirit grieved, and for the first time, I truly listened to his voice.
This year at camp, I learned about the conviction of the Holy Spirit. I learned about his voice, how to speak with him, and I gained sight, which I will explain more about in my testimony.